I'm starting out with this wonderful die cut on an 8.5" by 11" sheet, and that comes from the Elle Studio February 2019 digital cut file. There are a lot of great die cuts included in this cut file, so be sure to check that out in the link in my video notes. I have a photo strip here that I created in Photoshop of 5 different photos, very colorful, from the Tate Modern Museum in London. And that was the first time we had been, and these pictures were so colorful and gorgeous that I thought that they would be great to use with the February kit. If you haven't checked out my unboxing video, go ahead and pause this and go check out the unboxing video, because that kit that I'm showing you has so many different colors, has just a rainbow of colors. There's also a rainbow acrylic piece that you can use with all of those colors. So what I'm doing is pulling out a rainbow of colors from my kit die cuts, as well as the bright die cut labels pack. The die cut labels pack has a lot of different colors and shapes. I love this one that says "This was a good day," this yellow one, but I need to move my photo strip over just slightly. I want to keep about a 1/2 inch on the left side of my page, where I don't have anything encroaching into that space. And actually, this would be a good way to add this if I just had it laying on top of the photo. It's kind of fun to do some of them a little different. So I'm doing a Roy G. Biv thing here. And I'm making sure that I add in teal, because that is my favorite color of all time. Even though it's not included in Roy G. Biv, I'm still adding it anyway. I think that rainbow is definitely the way to go if you don't know what color scheme to use. In my big picture class on color, it's called Creative Color, I actually talked about being inspired by the color wheel, which essentially means being inspired by the rainbow. So you can see here I have my rainbow on the left side, and I love that because the right side is kind of stark black and white, and then you look at my photos and then you see the rainbow on the left. So I really love that dichotomy of black and white and rainbow. Now here I have the large Jane alphabet stamp outline, and I'm going to spell out the word colors. Of course, I only have one O, so I have to re-stamp the O by itself. And I'm doing this on just some white, plain, smooth cardstock to make sure I get a really good stamped image. I'm grabbing the new stripe large Jane and dotted large Jane, and I'm going to alternate those stripes and dots. I'm going to give you a bit of a closer look here so you can see what I'm doing. So I've already stamped the large Jane outline stamps for all of the letters, and I'm individually placing the stripes and dots. And I'm starting out with red, so I'm doing Roy G. Biv on these ones. For O, I'm using the dots, and I'm doing orange. Elle is going to be the stripes and yellow. I'm using both Close to My Heart and Stampin' Up! Ink pads here. The other O, I'm doing dots and green. R is stripes and blue. I love that these are so easy to see. So on this one, I wanted them to be just inside the lines, and it matches up perfectly. So I did purple for the S. Now I'm getting out the wafer thin dies. These are brand new this month, so if you have the large Jane alphabet stamps and you've been fussy cutting all of those letters out, it's pretty easy to do, but this takes so much less time. I am so excited about this. Now be sure when you're stamping that you leave about a quarter of an inch, maybe a little bit more, maybe like a third of an inch, between your alphabet letters so that you can make sure the die fits in between and you could do it all in one go. So you'll see here that I placed one of the alphas, the C and the O, too close together. So I'm going to have to run that on the second go. So I'm just placing these here. I do not have a magnetic bottom on my die cutting machine. This is like an old school one. So I'm just really carefully placing the top on to make sure that nothing moves. You could also use post-it notes to hold those on. And I'm doing the O separately here. Really, really simple to do, you guys. These dies are really going to change the way I use these large Jane alphas. I think they're going to be used all of the time now, as if I didn't use them enough already. So back to my layout, and I've added a tiny strip of it's a manufacturer strip actually from the Noteworthy collection pattern paper. So you can find that under 12 by 12 paper collection under Noteworthy, and I'll have the link to the Elle Studio shop in the notes. And I just wanted to add this little rainbow of hearts. I think that's a great addition, something to add to the word colors so that it kind of grounds it a bit. I'm just going to get these alphas in place here where they need to go so that they're centered with the wonderful title. And I want these alphas to stand up a bit, so I'm using dimensional adhesive, and luckily the tiny dimensional adhesive from Stampin' Up! Fits perfectly inside the width of these letters. So I don't have to trim my dimensional adhesive, which has happened in the past. Okay, so these alphas are almost all the way adhered down. I love the way that looks because I use the dots and the stripes. The color in the alphas isn't too overwhelming with my black and white side of the page. And so my layout is going to be called The Wonderful Colors at the Tate. And I could have gone in and done the same black puffy alphabet stickers, but I didn't have any more T's. So I had to pull out a stamp. And I'm grabbing the Hazel alphabet stamp. And the reason why I'm using Hazel is because it's totally different than the font in the puffy alphabet stickers. So the Hazel is more of a typewriter uppercase font. And I wanted it to stand out a bit and be different, not trying to match. I mix fonts a lot in my titles on my pages, and so this is just another way to do that. I'm stamping each letter individually with black because I like to make sure I get them as close as possible, and that can't always happen if you put them together on the block at the same time. So there's my title completed. So what I'm doing now is I'm grabbing a ink-based paint pen. Now you can buy the Sharpies. I've used those before on this feed and I love the Sharpie ink-based paint pens. These are actually a cheaper set. I'm going to show you a bit closer up here. These are a less expensive set that I got from Michaels, and they are the Michaels brand. and they're just really easy. You don't have to wait for any drying time, which is really important to me. I want to be able to paint these guys, have it soak into the wood, and not have to worry about getting paint everywhere. I don't want to have to spray them and wait for it to dry. So these are great to use. I got these for my daughter's birthday party because the kids were doing a craft, and so I wanted something that was a bit less expensive than the Sharpies. So be sure to head to Michael's and check those out. They are ink-based paint pens. And what I'm doing here is putting my painted wood veneer confetti on this side of the layout. I'm having sun issues here. We had a nice cloudy day for most of the day, and then right when I'm filming this video, the sun wants to come out, which is not friendly for videos, so I apologize for that. You just never know what the weather is going to be like here in Texas. So I have kind of a flurry of the wood veneer confetti. I'm going to put the date, instead of stamping it with the mini dated stamp, which is what I would typically do, I'm going to use the brand new light purple puffy alphabet stickers to add the date to my purple journaling tag from the February 2019 kit here on the left. And I really like the way those look, kind of a tone on tone. Makes me happy. And then I also have the acrylic stars. I'm going to put the colored ones on the left with all of the colors and some gold ones on the right. So 5 in total. So this is the Oh Happy Day stamp, and I'm going to stamp a few things on this stamp, like some of these little sayings are really great for any kind of project that you want to create. So the love this is what I added to the reminder tag. And that little camera icon is so super cute. So I added that to the important tag. And I'm just seeing if there are any others that I should add. I'm thinking that I'm going to add some of these puffy icon stickers, especially that world one. And there's that happiness found here die cut from the kit. And I think those two look nice together. So I'm going to go ahead and add them to the blue area. And then that pink heart, super cute. So once I add my journaling, I'm going to call this layout complete. This layout is certainly bold, and I started off with this die cut wonderful title that I then added to with the large Jane alphabet stamp and die sets. I really love the way the right hand side of that layout turned out. Then I balanced that heavy title with a rainbow of tags and die cuts and puffy stickers and acrylic stars from the February 2019 kit and add-ons. And I really love the way that sits against my beautiful photos from this awesome day at the Tate Modern Museum. So I really love this page. I can't express enough how much I love creating rainbows, and I hope you guys enjoyed this process video. Be sure to check out all the products I used in this video in the link in my video notes. Thanks so much for watching, and happy creating.